welcome back to Counseling Minus the Bull with Candace. We're back. We're doing another video today, and this video is going to be about story time. So I'm trying to build this story time playlist, and it's actually going to be about my most nonchalant client. This is another client that I had an internship. Definitely done a lot of internship, as you can see. But I'm not going to hold you. So let's jump right into it. So if you're new, welcome. Like, share, subscribe. Thank you for continuing to add to the channel. We're at 178 subscribers now. Awesome. That's 3 people from last week. So thank you guys for your support. And then we usually start with check-in. So it's just basically like, what's your mood? So you can type it in. You can use lyrics. You can do emojis. As long as it's appropriate and positive, put it below. Now, there's different noises in my background. I'm already knowing my TV is going, then it sounds like my neighbor is coming in. So, anyway, let's just jump in. Story time. My most nonchalant client. Now, it is really common for when people is coming to counseling that they are, in a sense, guarded, that they're resistant. A lot of people talk to me about like having mixed feelings about coming to counseling. So number one, it's just really hard to kind of admit that you need a little bit of help, and that's in any area of life. So it's not just mental health, it might be finances, it may be with duties. It's just really hard to do for anyone. So that explains that. And number two is like, you're a stranger and you're just coming and you're giving all your information to this stranger, and this stranger has to talk about confidentiality, has to talk about have to report things. So that makes anybody kind of defensive and on guard. So unexplainable. I mean, very explainable actually. So I'll say the story. It was actually like a young adult. You know what? Give me a second because I want to turn down my TV real quickly. You still may be able to hear it, but at least it won't be so much. And then if you saw all of this, that's just me every day grabbing stuff. This is like my to-go bench before heading out. But anyway, so yeah, she's like a young adult. She was definitely a female, court ordered. So it's kind of like a client who did not want to do the services but had to. And for her, she had been through these sessions and this court order, I'm assuming before, based on what we talked about. And she was just saying like, put whatever on the assessment. I don't care. I've been through this before. It's not something I want to do. Put whatever. So, okay. In the beginning, I'm like, okay, I'm already expecting this, right? From the resistance, the guarded, being a young person and not really fully understanding like some of the things and consequences and systems and things like that, that kind of goes with counseling, and that can be like including probation officers or talking to police, just like. So anyway, so let me just go ahead and just go back to the story. So anyway, so just making sure that she's aware of like, this is court order, like we have to get this done, so let's get this done. Making sure to meet her where she's at, so getting her to feel comfortable in a tough situation. That's always the hardest part. And making her see that just because you've been through this before, just because you said you did these assessments before, the person who has the pen that's about you, like that is something major that is important. So I just really had to like work through that and try to drill her through that to get that understanding. Like, hey, I could put anything on this paper, and this shapes your future. Like, this is not something that you should be nonchalant about. So that's kind of bulk of the time me kind of doing that biopsychosocial assessment. So asking her like about, you know, where she works, she got siblings, kids, any addictions, any hospitalizations, you know, all of that good stuff is on biopsychosocial. And then by the end of the assessment, of me just showing her that, you know, this is a genuine, that this is a care. I'm really big on advocating for my clients and making sure they know their rights, knowing what they're signing, knowing their diagnosis. Like, this is the things that's really big for me. So by the end of the session, like, I was, you know, we always kind of taught to sit face to face with the client, sitting by the door. And then, you know, make sure you have that distance too. You don't want it to be that awkward. But by the end of this session, I was actually sitting right next to her with the assessment. Like, this is how much that I worked to show her that this is genuine, that this is something she should care about, to the point that we were going through the assessment together. Like, this is what's on here. This is what it says. She would give me those, I don't care, I don't know, whatever you want to put it in the beginning, but then it got down to like, hey, are you having any hallucinations, any delusions? And if you're telling me to put anything, I really can put anything on this paper. So what I did was make sure that she got that understanding, and then I was right there with her, and we were going through this together. So by the end of the session, she had, I think, I could be wrong, but she got that understanding of why I was really trying to stress this importance. You know, the person who has that pen behind you for you is huge, right? And it's already so many people connected with it being court orders. So we got the judge, police, you know, her probation officer, her parole officer. We have all these other people that's already involved. So just really needed to be taken seriously. So yeah, that was definitely my most like nonchalant client. Like, I don't care, whatever you want to put. This is gonna be the assessment. I've done this before. Hey, this is me, but this is a new assessment, right? So this is current. This is gonna go to such and such. And whatever matters, I mean, there was ever that's on here is going to shape what it looks like for you going forward. So let's make sure that this information is right. That's me coming to sit by you, and we're going to go through this paper together. And I'm going to also throw in some education on why you should know what you're signing, what's on this paper. And, you know, just making sure that we're on the same page. And in the future, you should be that same way with the next person who has this pen that's kind of writing things down and observations and doing this assessment, making sure that they get that good understanding of you too. So definitely, guys, that is it. I'm going to keep it short, but I want to make another story time, build this playlist. I'll probably go ahead and switch gears and go back to maybe something about my journey or something about mental health awareness for the next video. But if you have any requests, go ahead and put it below. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I'll be back soon, guys.